What is going on, everybody? It's Jim, and today we're going to be recording the first episode of the Cheese Podcast. For this edition, we're going to be doing COD tier lists. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Rigby. Say hi, Rigby.
Hello.
Okay, and we are going to be starting out with the AK-47. Now, I have mixed feelings about this gun. I just feel like it's a really noob gun. And people just say, the AK from Fortnite. And it's like cringe, not keck. So I'm going to put you in the D category because I'm always annoyed. What'd you say, Rigby?
I actually put the AK in the F category because I feel like the AK has a ton of recoil. And it's just really a gun that you could slap a 75 round drum mag on it and hope you kill people. And that's toxic.
This is very true. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to the M4. I'm going to be putting this in the A tier because me and Rigby like to play with this weapon very often. And I'm assuming you said the same thing, Rigby.
Actually, I actually put it in the S category because of my class setup with it. I run a monolithic suppressor, no stock, sleight of hand, stiffle grip tape, and 50 round mags. And it's a beast of a weapon. It's S material.
Now, I would like to, kind of disagree. But you know what? I'll move it into the S tier, just for you. However, I feel
Thanks.
like not having a scope kind of, ruins it, It's more like an SMG.
Well, that's what makes it an S category. It playing like an SMG, but having the range of a rifle just makes it an all-around better weapon.
Interesting take on it. Moving on, I think this is the Kilo, right?
I think it's the M13.
Hold on, folks. This is the M13. You're right. M13. I don't really play with this, but I see a lot of sweats that play with it. So I'm going to be putting it in the B category. What did you say?
I also put it in the B category. I also do not play with this. I have not yet to play with it. I'm going to start playing with it soon. But I agree with you. The sweats do play with it, and they seem to perform quite well with it.
Yes, indeed. Now we're going to move on to the Fortnite Scar 17. And obviously, we're just going to be putting this in the absolute nuisance to society. Because, it's a scar. And people who come from Fortnite like to play with this in Call of Duty, and they think it's good when it's, not. So that's why it's there. What'd you put, Rigby?
I also put the scar in an absolute nuisance to society because, 1, the Fortnite reason. 2, it's such a bad gun. Like, the stats are they're just awful. It's so bad.
This is true. This is
like
very
how?
true.
Like how?
Is it in the red tracer pack? Am I correct?
It is. It is in the red tracer pack. It is a waste of COD points to buy that tracer pack. You've heard it here first.
That is true. Pink tracer pack all the way. Okay, is this a foul? Is this a foul?
That's what it looks like.
Alright, foul. I don't use this, but it's single shot. And you need to upgrade it to get, a multiple, pew-pews, if you know what I mean. So, I'm putting in the D category just for that reason. What'd you put, Rigby?
I actually put the FAL in the B category because I have started playing with it in hardcore and is a one-shot in hardcore, which makes it, just a better weapon. And that's why it's in a higher category than you.
All right, well, this is based on core game modes, because anything's one shot in hardcore.
Okay, well, I'd move it down to C if it was a core game mode.
All right.
Same reasons, pretty much. It's not a one-shot, though.
Fun fact. My grandpa used to have this gun, and every Thanksgiving, it was a family tradition, he would bring it out, and in front of the children, we would shoot the turkey. and
Oh.
you know,
Oh.
the blood would be everywhere. It would be a mess. But you
Yeah,
know,
it
that's
sounds
why
like it would be.
yeah, it would. It was. And you know, that's one of the reasons why I have PTSD, but at the same time, that's what made my grandpa awesome. Love you, man. Okay.
That's a vibe.
I know it is. All right, moving on. What is this? What am I looking at? Is this the kilo? Yep. Okay. Kilo. I used it a little while back, and it really did it for me. But now I started using it again, and it's like not as good because I have, you know, leveled up weapons. But I think it's still good, so I'm gonna put it in the B category. What did you put it in,
I
Rigby?
also put it in the B category with the M13 because it's like a good gun, but it's like it's not good enough. And the whole 100 round drum mag idea and putting it on that is just like silly.
Yes, of course. Okay, so this is like I don't. What is this? I don't forget. I forget what it's called. The FR 5.56, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it's the FAMAS.
It's the FAMAS. Okay. Absolute nuisance to society, and here's why. I'll tell you a story. Be me. You have some COD points, and you want to buy the new green tracer pack in the store. And you're like, oh, what gun does it go on? Oh, it goes on the AUG. Perfect. And then you buy it, and you go to the AUG, and it's not on the gunsmith category. And I found out that it was the FAMAS instead of the AUG, and they look very similar. So I just thought they were, you know, baiting me. So that is why I'm putting it absolute nuisance society, because that was a waste of $10 or whatever. I think it was $18. $18. Waste of $18. What'd you put it in?
I put it in the D category just because, speaking on a core mode, it's just it doesn't do the damage that it should. I don't really like the whole burst idea either. I'd rather use a fully automatic rifle rather than a burst. But speaking from a hardcore standpoint, it is good. But in core, it is not.
This is true. This is true. Okay, I think we're moving on to the Odin. Wait, what is this? What is this? This is the Odin?
Is it
It
the
is the
Odin,
Odin,
or the
okay.
Ram 7?
No, Odin. Okay, Odin. I do not play with this, and I've not seen anyone that has played with it. So we're going to put you in the C category, because I don't know where else to put you. Would you put it in, Rigby?
I also put it in the C category just because I've never played with this gun.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay. The Grau 5.56. Is this a new gun?
No, I think it got introduced in season 2.
Okay, well, I've literally never seen this gun in my life.
I've
Nor have I
seen
seen...
streamers play with it in Warzone.
Ah.
And I recently started playing with it, and it's kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. I suggest you try it out. I put it in the A category because it kind of melts.
Okay, just for you, I'm going to put it in the B category because, you know, I'm just going to take your word for it. All right. That looks like the Striker. Interesting. Okay. Now we're going on to the final assault rifle weapon. It's going to be the Ram. It also looks like the AUG, and it also looks like I can get clickbaited from it. So I'm going to put it in the absolute nuisance to society because identity theft is not a joke. Where'd you put Rigby?
I ended up putting it in the C category just because I've never played with it, and I don't want to talk down on it, like the Scar. But it's no M4 and it's no Scar because I truly don't know. So I just put it in the C.
Fair enough. Okay. So those are our rankings, and we're going to move on to the submachine gun. So we're going to start out with the P90. P90. I have a class for the P90. It's along with the 725. And, you know, honestly, it's a Fortnite gun. So that's obviously moves it down a rank, but I'm still going to put it in the A category. You know what? B category, because I don't really think it's worth a class. I may be a secondary, but I don't think it's worthy of a class of itself. What did you put, Rigby?
I put it in the A category because I kind of think it's worthy of a class. I feel like, regardless of the whole Fortnite thing, like the Scar, it's it's a good gun. I think it's pretty good. It works well with me.
Fun fact: JFK was actually using the P90 the day before his assassination. Just a little
Damn,
fun fact.
that's a vibe.
Yeah, he was ripping. I think what Call of Duty was out in his time. I think it was
COD 4?
Advanced Warfare,
Oh,
and yeah, and he was just ripping it up.
that's kind of
All right,
sick.
moving on to the Striker. I'm gonna have to put you in the F tier, bud. I think it's overrated. I don't like it. And if you ever if like you start out with it, and it does an animation where like you slap it or whatever, I think it just sounds chunky, like it sounds chewy, like it sounds like I can eat it. I don't know why. I would love to know why. Maybe I'm just hungry,
Yeah,
but
you could just be hungry.
possibly. What'd you put it in, Rigby?
I said C category because I have played with it before. It is okay. I just don't like how low ammo it has. It has like 25 shots, I believe.
Yeah, that's a
And
no go.
the damage is just not high enough, so it takes too long to kill.
Exactly. Okay, we're gonna move on. I think this is the Uzi. Right? Yep. Okay. Uzi. I know someone by the name of God that uses this. However, I don't see what the hype's all about. I see it's like a worse MP7. So I'm gonna put it in the D category. What about you, Rigby?
I put it in the B category myself because I feel like when other kids use it, they're insane and they like tear it up. But when I play with it, it just doesn't happen like that. So I've been trying to get better with it, but I just don't. I'd rather play with the MP5 or MP7. So that's a B for me.
Okay, that's fair. All right, moving on to the AUG. Yep. I used this gun recently because I always used it, and it was, I don't know, it just really didn't perform. And in hardcore it's a one shot. That's like the main reason why I use the AUG. But this is core, so I'm gonna put it in the C category because I still like it. What'd you put, Rigby?
I I put it in the A category just because I feel like it's a good gun. Like slap 60 round drum mags on it, and then put on like stipple grip tape and whatever stock that increases ADS speed, and it's not a bad gun in core and hardcore. That's my take on it.
That's fair enough. I think I'll have to copy your class sometime.
Yeah, maybe
Okay.
you should.
Now we're moving on to MP7. This is obviously an S tier weapon.
Of course, without a doubt.
It rips up. It just shreds.
It's
Like,
insane.
it's amazing, and it hasn't been nerfed yet. So, and I'm working to get gold on it.
I'm anticipating one.
Yes. Okay, MP5 also S tier. It's a skilled weapon, but it's not so like broken as the MP7.
It's
Like,
a 3
you
shot
could-
to the head, though.
Yeah, that's true. But if you use it right, and you get the jump on people, and you do drop shots, and skillful tactics, I feel like it's a good gun. Fun fact: the scientist who invented the MP5, he also invented peanut butter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just a fun little tidbit.
Oh.
Okay, Bison, nuisance to society. I hate it. That's just it. What did you say?
I put it in the D category because I want to start playing with it, but I don't know how good it is. And I don't know. I've never played with it, but I know it has high ammo and apparently damage is okay. So I might start playing with it.
That's fair enough. Okay, we're going to be moving on to the shotguns category. R9. I'm a little torn on this. I use the R9. I dabbled with it. But the only time I'd really use it is like on a close quarters map, and Infinity Ward isn't really doing too good on the whole,
Shipment 24/7
COD
playlist.
thing. And also Shipment 24/7 playlist, of course. And, I'm just going to have to put it in the C category because I still like it. I think it's a reasonable shotgun. But I still think it's a below par. What did you say?
I put it in the A category because I feel like I play well with it. I feel like with most shotguns I play well with. And I like the whole idea of it's like a 7.25, you get the 2 shots and then you rechamber, but it's quicker because unlike the 7.25, you don't have to pop it open and put 2 more bullets in, you know?
Fun fact, in the first Call of Duty ever, there was an Easter egg, and it was the R9 shotgun, and you had to go into a secret bunker, and all those things, and get the R9. And once you got the R9, since every shotgun before Infinity Ward's Modern Warfare was terrible, you automatically won every single game you played. It's just
That's just the way it was, Jim.
It was the way it was, Rigby. All right, moving on to the Origin S tier. No questions.
Yeah, no question. Especially with a 25-round drum mag on that thing.
And if any of you, are looking for a class for the Origin and want an instant win, let me know in the comments because I have a pretty good class set up. And I have gold on the weapon, so I think you can trust me.
I'm willing to back up that claim as well.
Of course. And it's an instant 60 kill if the game drags on for long enough. Okay, now we get the 12 gauge. I'm going to put this in the S tier. I just think it's a reliable shotgun, and I use it in secondaries in most of my classes.
I actually...
Can I have some input?
I put it in my A because it's a leveling up in the process, and I think it's okay, but I have yet to see its full potential.
Fun fact, my grandpa also owned a 12 gauge shotgun. He like killed 2 people with it, but like other than that, it was really cool to look at, and in fact, in like family gatherings and stuff like that, just kind of like hanging on the wall.
Shoot turkeys with it?
He did not shoot turkey. He shot pigs with this one.
Wow.
And he would not cook them. He would actually just eat them raw, and that also contributes to my PTSD. But that's a story for another time. Moving on to the 7.25. Absolute nuisance to society. I do use it, but it's broken because even after nerfs, it can kill you in one shot from on top of the oil rig on Rust, and I think that is not how guns work. What did you say, Rick?
I put it in the D category just because, it is people it sucks. People do just camp with it and they one-shot you from across the map. It's very annoying. But I do have gold on it.
This is true. We'll have to talk about that later. Okay, moving on to the VLK Rogue. It's basically an R9, so it goes to the C. Or the R9, or not the... It's the R9? Just brain fart. Hold up. Yeah. What am I talking about? Okay. R9 goes with the R9 C category. What did you say?
I put in the C as well, just because I don't even have it unlocked. I've never played with it, so I don't know how it is.
It's an R9 basically.
Oh, well.
Except it's a little better.
Then I'd put it in the A category.
That's fair. I can see that. Okay, moving on to marksman rifles. We have the automatic one. And I'm gonna go and put that in the D category because if you use this and think you're good at sniping, you're just wrong. Would you say Rigby?
Nuisance to society. The EBR and the crossbow, both nuisances to society. They're just awful. I hate them.
This is true. And I'm going to put the crossbow, on that note, on the absolute nuisance because I only saw a guy play with it once, and it explodes, and that's not a marksman rifle, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Okay, moving on to the Car 98. I'm going to put this in the A category. The only reason it's not in the S is because I feel as if the reload time is a little slow. I feel like if it was a tad bit faster, it would be, easy S tier. What'd you say, Rigby?
I also put in the A category just because of the rechamber time from the time when you shoot a bullet to the time you can shoot another one. It's too long. That's why the Mark II is S and my car is A class.
Yes, I'm going to have to put the carbine in the S tier because it's just a really reliable gun all around. If you shoot above the shoulders, it's an automatic, just one shot, and the rechamber time is almost non-existent.
I know it's
that's another reason why it's pretty much an automatic if your finger is fast enough, as they all say. Okay, moving on. We're in the regular sniper rifle category. I put the Dragunov. I'm gonna put it in the F category because it's not a sniper. What'd you say, Rigby?
I put it in the D category only because it can one shot sometimes.
Fun fact: the Dragunov is a real gun.
Seems like a lot of these are real guns too.
Maybe. I mean, loosely based on real guns. Anyway, HDR. We're gonna put this B category. And I'm saying B category because why? I don't know. And I really don't use it, but it looks like the X50. And I'm assuming
I put it in the
X50.
B category just because I like all the streamers, or not all the streamers, but a handful of streamers actually play with this in like Warzone and they tear up with it. So that makes me move it higher than it should be.
That's true. And I'm going to put the AX50 right in the A category. It is just a good sniper all around. I think that's just what a sniper should be, and it performs like one. And, can't blame it.
I agree with that. It should be an A, but it's the only real sniper that acts like a sniper, other than the HDR.
This is true. Fun fact, I think it was Marvel Legos or something like that. It was a video game, and there was a mission to assassinate Tony Stark, and the AX50 was used. Lego, Legos, like what was it, Lego Marvel? I think it was a good game. However, I think it got really dark at the end, where Hulk was poisoned and like he assassinated Tony Stark and all this. But every game has its blows.
Yeah.
It happens.
Completely agree.
I didn't think that they had to add the detail that his wife was pregnant.
Oh yeah, no.
And that
no,
happened. But you know what? It's rated for young, for like 4 and above. I think it's a little too deep for them, to be completely honest. All right. Moving on to handguns. I really don't know much about these. but we're going to go with the first one. What'd you say, Rigby? Let's just start with you for once.
So I put the Deagle in the B category just because it's the only pistol I actually use, and it's a 2-shot and a 1-shot headshot, which I like personally. But every other pistol is in the C category just because I've never used them, so I really don't know how they perform.
That's fair. I'm putting the X16 and all those semi-automatic ones. I'm putting them in the C, just like you. That goes with the 1911 and the other one. I forget already what it's called. But I'm putting those there because, I think they're pistols, and I don't think pistols are that good. But Deagle goes in the S tier because Deagle's a Deagle, and you can't really do anything about that. Okay, last one. What's this puppy called?
Melee.
The 357. 357.357, whatever you want to call it. Looks like the Executioner. Reminds me of Gun Game, where I always got stuck on the Executioner in Black Ops 2. Go into absolute nuisance in society. Because I didn't like doing that. Getting stuck in Gun Game. Who likes doing that?
I don't think anyone likes doing that.
Exactly. Okay.
Melee tools.
Moving on. Melee tools. We got the Ride Shield and the Combat Knife. Now, I know you put for a Combat Knife, Rigby. Assuming it's an S tier.
It is. It is a S tier weapon.
This is true. And if you don't know, he has gold on the knife,
I do.
which very few people have.
It's quite an achievement, if I say so myself.
I'd say so. And I'm going to put it in the A category. Basically, because, I don't really use it. But when I use it, it's fun. And I think when opponents are facing me, they're easy to kill. It's not overpowered. But, if they get the jump on you, it's an easy kill. Just press RT. Boom, you're dead. Ride Shield, absolute nuisance. If you use a Ride Shield and you're not trying to get Damascus or not trying to grind achievements, then what are you doing with your life? Like, you need to reconsider, maybe see a therapist, possibly relocate to, Iraq or somewhere. But, you would not be of use to this society. What did you say?
I put in the C category, but I'm completely with your statement with how if you're not getting Damascus or you're not trying to, you should not be using this as a weapon. You can wear it on your back. That's okay. But
yeah, that's fine.
Don't run around with a shield and you already have Damascus and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're just being annoying at that point. Okay, moving on. I did not want to put the LMGs and the launchers into their, own slides. So they're both going into absolute nuisance in society. Because if you use them, you have no skill. And you need to be publicly executed. What did you say, Rick?
So I put launchers in absolute nuisance to society because, yeah. If you play with a launcher and you're not trying to get Damascus, go home. Just go home. But LMGs...
Exactly.
I play with an LMG in hardcore, and it is insane. So that's the only reason why I put LMGs in A. But that's not all the LMGs. That's just the one LMG. I
have not seen, people that play the game, aka streamers, use this, nor have I seen anyone that has above 20 kills use this. So it's a noob weapon, to be completely honest.
It takes some practice, and you can really get good with it.
This is true, I guess. Can't argue with that. Practice makes perfect. Fun fact. The rocket launcher, also known as the RPG, is used in war, and people who use it typically have a real life KD of 10 on average, says the CDC. Just reading some articles the other day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
I do.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for today, folks. If you're new to this podcast and you're enjoying it, make sure to like and subscribe for more. We will be hopefully doing monthly uploads, but we will see how it goes.
Yes.
On behalf of Rigby and I just want to say thank you for watching. And as always, stay cheesy.
Stay cheesy.